You're looking at some footage that I took on a flight thanks to Ayers helicopters who will take you across Lake Amadeus. Um, the Amadeus Basin is named after Lake Amadeus, which lies within the basin. It's a local deposition of up to 14 kilometres of marine and non-marine sedimentary rocks. Took place from the Neoproterozoic to the late Paleozoic. Along with the other nearby sedimentary basins of similar age, the Amadeus Basin is believed to have once been a part of a hypothetical central superbasin. So there was once a seaway running through central Australia, but at the time Australia was in the northern hemisphere in a very, very different location. The basin was locally deformed during the Peterman orogeny, Neoproterozoic to Cambrian. So the Cambrian period is where we see radiation of many different forms of animal life. One main factor is due to the evolution of eyes. And more extensively during the Paleozoic Alice Springs orogeny. The basin has been above water for the past 50 million years as the modern coast of South Australia and Western Australia formed during this time. Although Australia as a continent itself is comprised of many different land masses that have come together, formed either through simply colliding with each other or uplift during literally billions of years. So I would highly recommend, if you're visiting Uluru, go out, see Lake Amadeus. The imagery you're seeing does not do it justice. It is staggering. I've been out to Lake Ayers, which in its own right and different reasons is spectacular as well, but I hadn't seen what was unexpected. One thing that was unexpected out at Lake Amadeus was these islands of vegetation amidst the salt. I'd never seen that before. The Amadeus Basin is covering an area of approximately 170,000 square kilometres. It's huge, and you can't really get the scale or the picture without being in a helicopter. I highly recommend going out there with Ayers helicopters. It wasn't just that, it was the pilot that I was with really knew his stuff, and on other trips that I'd been with as well with different pilots, they really know what they're talking about. So you get this story of what the lake is about. You get insights into the deep time kind of history of it, and that was part of it that I found really enriching. I would recommend when you're going with Ayers helicopters, go out in the morning would be my suggestion personally, because the way that the early morning sunlight just resonates off the salt pan, and you can really see the different types of vegetation on these amazing vegetation islands. And I'd point out that in the future we do know, as Africa moves north, the Straits of Gibraltar are going to be cut off. The Mediterranean Sea is going to become a giant salt pan. That is a fact. And so by flying over Lake Amadeus, you're getting an insight into what the future of the Mediterranean Sea is going to be. All of those little islands out there are going to become islands amidst the giant salt pan. So you're not just getting an insight into incredible deep time history of Australia, you're getting an insight into the future of the Mediterranean Sea when you go out with Ayers helicopters and experience Lake Amadeus. I mentioned before the seaway that ran through Central Australia in the Ordovician period. That's called the Larapinta Seaway. The series of shallow embayments present in the Cambrian were extended, and Central Australia became a continuous seaway during this Ordovician period. Now, the sediments of Uluru span the Precambrian to Cambrian times. So the Cambrian boundary is actually amidst the sediments of Uluru. The northeastern side of Uluru is Precambrian, and the southwestern side of Uluru is within the Cambrian period, which to me is absolutely remarkable. So moving forward from that into this Ordovician period, northern Australia from the Kimberley coast in Western Australia as far east as Charters Towers in Queensland was high dry land, and to the south it was dry land from the Pilbara to Broken Hill and south to northwestern Tasmania. However, through the middle lay a tongue of ocean, and that's between about 480 and 460 million years ago. So the ocean had joined from east to west, forming the Larapinta Seaway through Central Australia, which is remarkable. Some of the cephalopods at the time, such as the ornithocone Camarasaurus, it was a straight-coned cephalopod. This is before there were plants on land. The ocean extended from the east under the present site of the Simpson Desert, and inland from the north under the present Great Sandy Desert, and also at times around Darwin and the edge of Arnhem Land. Then, starting around the 460 million year ago mark, the sea started to withdraw, leaving shoreline and terrestrial deposits. So that's just one of the insights into the deep time history, or an aspect of the deep time history of Central Australia and the Amadeus Basin. Amadeus Lake is a player, of course, in this incredible history and ongoing story of Central Australia.